particles of matter have space between them. How this can be proved? Suppose we take a glass of water. Now we are taking a glass of water. Here this is filled with water. Now water particles are like this. Water particles are like this. Now we had some sugar crystals in this glass. Now those sugar crystals will occupy the spaces between the water particles. Those sugar crystals will occupy the spaces between the water particles. So what will happen? The sugar will be dissolved in the water, but the level of water will not rise. चीनी को जब हम घोल देंगे पानी में तो पानी उतना ही रहेगा, पानी का लेवल नहीं बढ़ेगा. क्यों नहीं बढ़ेगा? Because there are spaces between the particles of water, and those spaces are being occupied by the sugar particles. So that is why the volume of the water or the volume of the liquid or the level of the liquid does not rises. So this proves that there are spaces between the particles of matter. Now the particles of matter are constantly moving. How we can prove it? Suppose we take an incense stick. You must have seen incense stick, agarbatti, dhoop. Okay. So when we light up an incense stick, when we light up an agarbatti, so its smoke spreads in the room, and its smell can be felt outside your house also. In your neighbor's house also, we can feel that smell of incense stick, which is being lit up in our house. How? Because the particles are constantly moving. The particles of air are continuous in motion, and therefore the smoke of the incense stick, though the smoke particles also they are moving with the air particles. So the essence of that incense stick gets carried away to a large distance. This shows that the particles are continuously moving. Now when we dissolve, suppose when we dissolve a crystal of copper sulfate, we take a crystal of copper sulfate and we put it in a glass of water. It slowly, the blue color rises up, and the blue color covers the whole glass of water. So what does this show? This shows that the particles of matter are constantly in motion. So if they are not constantly in motion, then the copper sulfate crystal would not dissolve in the water if the particles are not in motion. Either we have to put some force. We have to put some force in it so that it gets dissolved. Now the particles of matter attract each other. How this can be proved? The particles of matter attract each other. If the particles of matter do not attract each other, then you cannot see a solid or a liquid or a gas in your surroundings. The force of attraction is the highest in the solid state. That is why solids are rigid. Rigid means hard, tough, because the forces of attraction between the solid particles are very high. So they are very closely packed. Therefore we cannot detach the particles from each other very easily. Either we have to put some force or break it. And the particles of liquid, they are having less force of attraction than solid. Therefore the liquids can flow. Now the substances that flow are called fluids. जो सब्सटेंस फ्लो होती है, बहती है, उसको बोलते हैं फ्लूइड. ओके. एंड the forces of attraction between the particles of a gas, they are least. The minimum force of attraction is in the particles of a gas. Therefore we can walk through air. Otherwise we will not be able to walk even. If the particles of gases, they have less space between them, or the force of attraction is more. That is why we can walk through air, and that is why we can breathe in and breathe out. And the forces of attraction between the liquid particles are less. Therefore we can swim in water. Otherwise nothing can be done in water. Okay. So now classification of matter as solid, liquids and gases. Now I have explained you what is solid, what is liquid and what is gas, what are their properties. So solids very rigid, they are hard. Solids have a fixed shape, उसका shape fix होता है. Okay. Now solids cannot be compressed much. If you take a solid, you can compress it somewhat, but not so much. The compression cannot be seen. Suppose if you take a wood, a piece of wood, if you compress it, अगर उसको आप दबाओगे, then you will feel that it is compressed, but you cannot see the compression. आपको दिखाई नहीं देगा. Why? Because there is a very minimum, or you can say no scope for compression in a solid. You can't compress a solid beyond its shape, whatever the shape it is having. You cannot compress it. Okay, you can, by hitting it or by applying a force, you can spread it on like this, but you cannot compress a solid. The solids have high densities. Solids have high density. High density means the number of particles in a unit area is more, and solids cannot flow also because the particles are tightly packed with each other. So the solids cannot flow also. Now we come to liquids. The properties of liquids. Liquids have a fixed volume, but liquids have no fixed shape. Okay, 1 लीटर दूध 1 लीटर ही रहेगा. 1 liter milk will remain of 1 liter only because it is having a fixed volume, but its shape can be changed. How its shape can be changed? If you put milk in a glass, it will take the shape of a glass. If you put milk in a bowl, it will take the shape of a bowl. Okay, if you take milk in a container, it will take the shape of a container. So liquids take the shape of the container in which they are kept. Then liquids also cannot be compressed much. Liquids can be compressed, but not so much. A little they can be compressed. Okay. Liquids have moderate to high densities. The density of the liquid varies. Some liquids are less dense. Some liquids are highly dense. Suppose petrol density is very low. But honey, the density of honey is very high. Okay, it is a thick liquid. Liquids generally flow easily. Now properties of gases. Gases neither have a fixed shape nor they have a fixed volume. Gases का कोई fixed shape भी नहीं होता है, ना कोई fixed volume होता है. Okay, you take this amount of a gas, it will spread in the whole room. So it is not having a fixed volume. Then, if you same gas, if you take in any shape of a container or a house, it will take the shape of the container. So the gases neither they have a fixed volume nor they have a fixed shape. Why solids, liquids and gases have different properties? Now the question arises कि solid, liquid और gases की properties इतनी different क्यों होती है? Why this is so? The spaces first reason is the spaces between the particles. Due to the spaces between the particles, the matter takes the form of a solid or a liquid or a gas. Now the force of attraction between the particles. Now why this space is there or why this space is not there? Because of the forces of attraction between the particles. If the forces of attraction is high, then the space will be less. If the forces of attraction is less, then the space will be more. And the amount of movement of the particles. How much the particles are moving, this decides the form of the matter. What we will have. Either if the particles are not moving, then it will be a solid. If the particles are moving somewhat, then it will be a liquid. And if the particles are free to move anywhere, then it will be a gas. Now, what we have seen till now, that solids cannot be compressed, liquids cannot be compressed much. They can be compressed, but a very little compression is there in liquids also. Okay, and gases can be compressed to a great extent. Now, what happens when we compress a gas? When we compress a gas, then the particles of the gas come closer and closer and closer and closer to each other. Okay, suppose the gas LPG, what we are using in our house, in our homes, that LPG, while it is in the cylinder, it is a liquid. How it is a liquid? It is a gas. But how it has become liquid? Because it is compressed in that cylinder under very high pressure. And when that high pressure is applied to that LPG, the particles of the LPG come closer and closer to each other and the gas converts into liquid. Okay, so when you can also feel it, if you might move that cylinder, LPG cylinder like this, you will feel there is a liquid in it. But as you open the knob, as you open the knob of the cylinder, there is no liquid. The gas comes out. Why? Because when we open the knob, due to high pressure, that liquid rises up and it comes in contact with the air, and the pressure is decreased, and the particles are free to move in the air, so it becomes a gas, and we light it and we cook our food. So this is the difference between the particles. Okay. Now gases have high compressibility, therefore a large amount of gas can be kept in a very small container or a very small cylinder also. Not diffusion. Now we will see diffusion. Diffusion we have seen. Diffusion is a mixing of one substance into another substance, whether it be a solid into a solid, or a solid into a liquid, or a liquid into a liquid, or a gas into a gas, or a gas into a liquid. Okay, now this process of mixing of two substances is called diffusion. In solids, the diffusion is the diffusion is negligible. Okay, we have to, suppose if we want to mix sugar and salt, so we have to mix it up with our hand. We have to apply some effort for that mixing. But if we take water and milk, it does not need any effort. You just take one glass of water and pour some milk in it. The milk will automatically get mixed. Why? Because the forces of attraction between the liquids is less as compared to that sugar and salt mixture. So the particles are in motion. So milk gets automatically mixed in the water. Suppose we take a gas. Suppose you open the knob of the LPG cylinder. So that gas will spread within seconds. It will get spread in the whole room. How? Because the particles are very free to move and they are in motion. Okay, so the diffusion in gases is very fast. Diffusion in liquid is somewhat slow, and diffusion in solid